And then in the kitchen, a ginormous hole in the kitchen. And this is a condo, first floor condo.
Where in the kitchen?
In the roof?
Yeah. Oh, did I say ceiling? I said, yeah.
Right.
And it was just all cut up. Like must have been some kind of something. So someone came in, cut it out, and then it was just there.
Who cut it out?
I don't know. But
So did you just see blue sky?
No, again, a condo, first floor condo. I saw the beams and the wood
For the
in between.
flooring for the next
Well, there's,
person
there
above.
is gap and stuff like that in
Right,
concrete. But
right.
yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Behind the Lockbox. I'm Stephanie Zalowski here with...
Cameron Barbier.
And today, we're super pumped for this guest.
Yes.
You can hear him laughing already. You should hear what we just talked about before, for our blooper reel. Oh. I met David actually in our mastermind group during COVID.
Are we allowed to say mastermind still?
Can we?
I think so.
Are we not allowed?
Oh, is it offensive?
It could be mastermind. Not
Well, I'm a mastermind, so
Everything's offensive.
It's okay.
So.
Yeah.
And you are offensive, so there we go.
And I just cut you off because I'm rude.
It's okay. I'll keep going. It's fine. No big deal.
You're canceled.
So I met David in our mastermind group, if we're not allowed to say that. I don't know. We are. During COVID. He's a realtor with Coldwell Banker.
Regular.
Not as opposed to Coldwell Banker West. Very confusing. I had to ask him last night. He is very hilarious, if you can't already tell. He makes very informative videos for downtown San Diego. I actually learn something every time you post something. I also think there was something about one of your videos being talked about on Reddit, which I'm going to ask you about later.
Yeah, Reddit, it's a skyscraper forum that is San Diego based, but nationwide as well.
It was so funny. I got to ask you about that. You love all things Padres.
Yep, and Philadelphia Phillies, have to throw that out there.
There we go.
Okay.
I was going to say he's from Philly, but I couldn't remember if that was the team. Okay. And I know you have stories for us. So, David's, is it Spiewak?
Yep.
I
before
right.
E, except after C when the sound is long E,
Yes. I mean, I've got a hard last name too, so I totally understand. But
I don't even know how to pronounce it, I don't think.
See, it's okay. Zalowski. You were close.
Oh, okay.
Well, David Spiewak, I before E, except after C. Welcome to Behind the Lockbox.
Thanks.
That is the longest intro I've ever freaking done in my life.
Sorry.
It would be with David.
It's all you.
Okay, before we get started with all your real estate stories, tell us about this forum that because you post. I was talking to you we were DMing about it on Instagram because I think you reposted or something, right? And I was like, wait, what is this?
Yeah, on stories because
Yes.
I story a lot because that was my big COVID lesson. I don't know if you remember a handful of agents put together that mastermind. Oh, there's that word again. In the beginning, and it was basically don't let your stories lapse. People see, so I kind of built an audience through that, and it
Good for you because I definitely let it lapse.
Right, and I spelled stuff wrong, and I'm like, oh, that's right. 24 hours later, no one cares, and if people do comment, I'm like, thank you for paying attention.
Yes.
People
actually
call me
True.
out. Yeah.
Well, and even here, I'll stutter over my words. I say it is what it is, right?
No, 100.
It's content and it's people and they're loving it and they just want to hear from you. So
Right, and
yeah.
I took your suggestion, and so basically on this forum, someone's like, oh, this realtor that does downtown videos on YouTube is really informative, and he's saying,
It's true.
the bargain market, which FYI, when it was going in, I was like, oh god, it's awesome though. It's like Ross and TJ
did it
Maxx
open?
for food. No, it's the first one ever open. They never knew their lease because Bosa owns the lot, so they're going to vacate, and then we're going to get a luxury high rise, which is great. But when it first came in, I was like, this is really gearing
You
towards
felt like
the
it was
neighborhood, and I'm nothing special, but I was like,
yeah, but you own down there and
Right.
you're really part of the East Village and all that stuff.
But it's a really
so
great place, and they're all over
Yes.
San Diego, so I say go.
I hear the jingle in my head actually right now, which is pretty funny.
No, I do. Yeah.
Don't
First
sing
we
it.
are the bargain market.
There it is.
Yep.
So good.
Here we are. But anyway, someone posted it, and I was like, wow, I think that's me. And I clicked on it, and sure enough, and you said you should respond, and I did. And I said,
Yes.
wow, he's really great. His videos are so informative. People should be following him. And I think I got a couple more people on my YouTube from that. And then the other day, they were talking about 8th and B and Bose again, because I did a thing about how they're not going to be apartments, and now they're going to be condos.
Yeah.
And the first condo building built in downtown
Yeah.
since pre-COVID.
Yep.
So very exciting. And I kept saying no man's land, which it is, but there were residents walking around that didn't appreciate that, and they started giving me looks. I think I got the finger once, but
Really?
when you're right, you're right. That's the
When
thing.
you're right, you're right. People are so mean.
Right, and they're all rentals around there, so buy something before you flip me off.
And buy from me, okay? Yeah.
We could split it.
I mean you.
Okay.
But we can split it too if that works.
me means me, you means you.
Exactly. We're one now,
Us,
so,
no
you know.
Sotros. I am in.
By the way, I'm moving into your apartment with you and Ripper. Did you know?
Hey.
Gwen and I, here we come.
Yeah, we do it. We'll have a different podcast background. I'm down.
Yes.
Right?
there you
Just
go.
don't bring your balls.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I still can't believe that story. That's for offline, different time.
Yeah.
Wild. But I'm so glad you responded. And
Yeah.
he was like, should I respond? I'm like, yes, respond and be like, that guy is so cool.
Yeah. It was.
He is. Your videos are so well done. And again, it's just him walking. If you haven't seen him, I'll show him to you. Like him walking around downtown, he knows, like, you're really knowledgeable and you truly know a lot. So
I
it's
appreciate
pretty
it.
impressive.
And it's at David Spiewak if you want to follow. I don't know if they can see my hat, but S
They
is in
can,
Sam,
the
P is in
YouTube,
Peter, IEWAK.
You phonetically spell your name like I do. I'm like X like X-ray, ELOW,
Right.
S like Sam, KI, like so ridiculous.
It's public education. So
I grew
Same.
up with Smith, so it was.
I think when we met, I was like, "Can we trade last names?"
know.
Like,
I was
I'm
like,
waiting.
please, husband.
I'm waiting to meet a man to
No.
be like,
no, because that's the thing too. I remember being a Spiewak SP. Remember phone books back in the day? There was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Smith to Smith. I would check every year to see if Spiewak was on the corner. I don't know why that would turn me on. Never was. But you went through what? Smith to Smith, Smith to Smith, Smith
It's
to
true.
Smith. I'm like, Jesus,
Here.
where's the SP?
Here, present.
And I grew up with Matt Smith. We haven't spoken in forever, but he was SMYTH. I was like, you mother effer. Like, come on,
okay.
you're really being different. Like, I
Trying
grew
to
up
be
with
fancy.
a David, DAVYD. I was like, your parents are awful.
So
David?
my mom's favorite name was Matthew, but Matthew Smith. So she named him Matson. So that's where
Yeah,
he
her
got
brother's
his-
name is Matson, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
really has that name.
No, I was gonna say it's kind of like Blake and Blair Barbier, but like it's not. So
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
little bit
that's
different,
different.
but yeah.
It'd be like Barbie Barbier.
oh, you could have named one of
that
them
could have been
Barbie.
me.
Oh, that could. Oh God. Okay, here we
Super
go.
popular these
I
days.
know.
Wait, have you
I'm
seen
like
the movie?
trending.
No.
Have you seen it?
No, I can
Oh.
watch that.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer either. I don't know when last time I've been to a movie. It just seems.
Oh, this came up a couple weeks ago. This one was like, well, movies are $400. They're not $400.
What?
Well, I sold all these free tickets because speaking of tenants that don't pay rent, instead this woman would give
Ooh,
me
segue.
free tickets to the gas
what?
lamp downtown.
Oh.
And so I have like 8, but
Wait, are they still good?
They're vacated. There's no movie theater in the gas lamp anymore.
We could have gone and
because
seen Oppenheimer for free.
honestly, I walked in there for free one time. No one was there to take tickets. I just walked in with my
that's why they're
Starbucks
out of
cup,
business
and
now.
people who know me know what my Starbucks cup contains.
Wait, you didn't bring it
Decaf.
today?
Well, I drive.
Oh,
you
okay,
know.
fair. That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, so my Starbucks is usually decaf and clear. But yeah, just walked in there, sat down, watched.
Nothing clear.
I think it was Top Gun, and then
Oh,
yeah,
the
and
new
then,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
that's a good
that
one.
was the last movie. There you go. There's the last movie I saw. We worked out this together.
I think that's the last movie I saw in the theaters too.
Oh, yeah, because you had to.
Yeah, you had.
You, of course.
But yeah, now they're gone and have all these, and I'm like, I'm keeping them, thinking that someone's gonna revitalize it because what are you gonna turn the gas lamp huge movie theater into?
That's also so sad that that's like gone. Wasn't it there for ever?
2 years.
Oh, that's not forever. I was
They-
like, oh, it's like the Balboa Theater.
Right. They remodeled and renovated it to make it a Hollywood kind of scene, and then let it go to poops. And
Well,
then
clearly
vacated.
because you just walked in and no one was like managing the place.
I feel like
so.
you could walk into the lot and go into a theater though.
Well, also
They're probably
speaking of
watching
Balboa Theater, you hear this controversy?
No, tell
They
me.
painted it stark white from the historic, Spanish kind of.
Wait, how did they get away with that? It is historic.
I don't know, but it is bright white, and people are very upset that they took away from the
Well, yeah.
historical element of it because it's part of Horton Plaza redevelopment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everything's going to be white. So is that. And
Shocking they even got approval, or did someone was just like, hey, go
I don't-
paint it white? Like,
I think that's exactly what happened.
ask for
And-
forgiveness later.
Right, but white. Does white really work downtown? Are you
No.
gonna keep it clean?
No.
Right.
It's like the worst color.
It's like
Maybe
that
give me
toothbrush
a-
commercial, mother of pearl.
At least do mother of pearl, or
right, what
give
color
me a
are my
creamy
teeth?
vanilla. Oh my god, I just got my Invisalign. I just finished Invisalign.
But don't you have to wear like a
Gorgeous.
retainer for the rest of your life at night?
Yeah, but
That's-
I'm like used to it now.
Oh, I told my
because-
dentist, absolutely not.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a clincher and a grinder. So they were like, you need a mouth guard. And I was like, no. Now I basically have one. So
That's what she
But
said
I
to
just got
me.
whitening. I'm getting whitening.
I had the fifth, and I'm like,
yeah, you need
where'd
to.
they come from? I feel like a meth
Because you're-
head.
beer bottles. That's what happened to me in college.
One time. Yeah.
Well, yes, but in our business with all the stress, it's like the clenching and the grinding. I'll be cooking dinner and I'm like, okay, unclench, bitch. Like, I'm literally like, why am I,
Yeah.
So it
I
was
could
great.
see that.
I wanted straight teeth for 40, I turned 40 next year.
You never had braces?
I did. And they shifted a little bit.
Because you didn't wear your retainers.
Well, okay, I did in the beginning.
But it's forever. I don't like anything forever.
They gave me, well, this is like, this episode's going to be like an hour long, but I'm loving it. Okay. She comes out with
Okay, sorry. I reacted to the F-bomb.
You got excited. I know. We'll bleep it out.
I can say it now.
I can say it now.
The floodgates are open.
The floodgates are open. Shit.
Yes.
Dude's going to be like, F this, F that. But she comes out with like a 4-pack of like, and I'm like, what's happening here? And she's like, this is for the next 4 years. And I was like, okay.
This is when you were little?
No, last week.
Oh.
2 days ago when I got my retainers.
It's like your undergrad.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, all right. Like, just change it every year. I don't know what happens after 4 years. I guess I fall off the face of the earth, but
They all fall out.
I mean, remember
All my
when we were
teeth fall
kids,
out.
they put the built-in retainers?
mine never stuck.
I wish
I
got
ripped
that.
mine out.
Oh.
Mine never stuck.
I
And
still have my high school retainer.
no,
I can't. Yeah,
I
she
couldn't
said
find mine.
forever. I was like, you lost me at forever. I'd rather rip my effing teeth out and put those.
You lost me
Put
forever.
Yeah, put them fake ones in. Just make it look natural. I don't even care. Just make them look white and ginormous. Whatever.
Instead of mother of pearl bringing it back. You know
Right,
what I mean?
I ain't
Anyway.
doing stuff forever. And also, I mean, I am an addict to certain, whatever. But I'm glad I don't have to be like sober or I'm an alcoholic or anything like that. Because
Right.
again, I can't be told no forever. Like forever is a trigger word for me. I don't
It's
know
a little
why.
bit- it's aggressive. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like it's
It is.
commitment issue. Yeah, I understand.
I mean, I went to the gym prior. Shout out to me.
Good for you.
And this woman in front of me was wearing "Assholes Live Forever," and I was like, "I'm in." So that's why I
That's
can have
the
a
only
retainer for like
time.
80 more years. Absolutely not. Not a thing.
Well, I think you're okay.
Thank
At
you.
least you don't have like snaggle teeth, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
No, you don't. They're good. Yeah.
I had braces for 2.5 years.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a ton to move, but it was like bothering me, And so I was like, there was a few goals for 40 and that was one of them. So I did it.
My brother got braces again, I think twice when he was an adult. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, and so one of my bottom teeth was like not quite moving enough. And I was like, we're done. And they're like, well, braces. I'm like, nope. Anyway.
Like you got
Okay.
actual braces on?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, oh.
So shocking. This is not a dental podcast, but
Sorry.
let's get back to business.
I was going to ask
My
y'all
parents will
what.
love this. They're in the
I was
dental
like,
field.
oh, that's great. So ask them and let me know what is the ongoing rate for the tooth fairy these days. That's all I'm bi curious
I'm gonna
about.
have to
Well, with
figure that out
inflation,
soon.
yeah, you are. And with
Someone told me,
inflation,
like they give their kid $20. I'm like, what?
I got $1. And
$1.
sometimes it would fall behind the bed. And I was like, I forgot. But when I was a kid, sorry, we're still going dental if we're going to
That's
be here
okay.
for an hour.
Yeah.
I found a white rock, not crack, and I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I was like, Ma, I
you were
lost a
specifying.
tooth, right? She's like, oh, sweetie, where? And I like jammed it in. She's like, right here. She's like, oh, that's brilliant. Okay, cool. Put it under your pillow and the tooth fairy will come. I woke up to $20 in Monopoly money.
She got you.
she did get you.
She played
She's
your game.
brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, we're a fun family. But
Oh my God, I
just
love
like,
that.
You got your 20.
I was like, this tooth fairy, dang. I was like, can I use it next time we play Monopoly?
Yeah,
The
I
answer
get
was
to
no.
Rude.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Sorry, now segue. What are we here
How
for?
do we segue this? I don't even know.
What's this
Okay.
podcast about?
Where are we? What's happening? What day is it? I don't know. Anyway, did we drink before?
No.
I know, which is
What's wrong
like
with
even
us?
more shocking. We're all sober. High on the business, high on life. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's what we do.
you did say, though,
Yeah.
you almost made a segue and then we got off on dental.
Yeah.
They're about tenants not paying rent.
Yes. So what's interesting was
I know you've got a crazy story about
this
this.
woman was living in the same unit that we're going to discuss.
Okay.
And it was with these friends, and I don't know what they were doing, but it was wild. And then finally had to evict them. They finally got out. The floors were like I don't know what happened, but there was a huge mound. Like there was a leak underneath, and they didn't do anything. But it was like a speed bump. So we had to rip the floors out.
Was it wood floors, I assume? Mm-hmm. And
it's-
they just like it swelled up and like.
But it was like a speed bump. It was the weirdest thing. And I was
my
like,
God.
how do you live like this, you animals? So they didn't pay. And I got these free movie tickets. And I was like, cool, I'll use them one day. And now the movie theater is a bust. Well, and she probably
Life
lost her
is just
job.
going to hell in a handbasket.
Right. And she probably lost her job and she's not paying rent somewhere else. So then I got a good buddy of mine in who was in the industry. And I was like, this is great. They were only asking $2,700 a month for a 3-bedroom downtown. They were giving it away because they didn't want to deal. And I was like, I'll vouch for this person.
And to clarify, you're the agent, obviously.
Yeah.
The landlord is your client.
Correct.
Who owns the unit. And so you were helping them, like you got the girls out, you fixed it up. Now you have a new tenant in. Okay.
And they live in Los Angeles, so they weren't even
Okay,
around
they're
here.
not even here.
And so I was
Okay.
like, I could vouch for this person. Him and his kids had to move.
Right.
They were moving in Mission Valley, but they lived downtown prior, and they wanted to come back. And I was like, I got you. I was going to say his first name, brother. And
Please don't say names.
I won't.
We'll bleep out.
Well, and I mean, his name's not brother, but I got you. And
Could
he's
be.
like, oh, thank you so much. Like, we really needed this, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He went into it, must have went into it. And I didn't check background. I didn't call previous because
again, you
we were
knew
friends
him.
for like almost a decade. Like hang out
Wow.
outside the industry,
Right.
see him every week at caravans and stuff like that. And,
Right.
and got him in there. And then from day one, paid half a rent and then wouldn't pay rent again. And I'd be like, whatever you're going through, just let me know. It, like a lot of people are going through stuff. Just let me
Right.
know and let's work on it together. Wouldn't say anything.
Right.
We actually did the COVID $18,000 rent thing. Wouldn't sign it. So it really felt on purpose.
Wow.
And so a year and a half later, we finally he owes my clients probably around $40,000. It was the day before the eviction lawsuit, it was like post-COVID-ish. Yeah.
Yes.
And so they were going to
dealt with
court.
that.
He moved out the day before the court was supposed to be. And we're all Jews. The tenant is a Jew. I'm a Jew. The owners are Jews. Does that really matter? No, but it was Yom Kippur, like the high holiest day of the day.
course.
And he moved out and just didn't tell anyone and just moved out. And then at court was like, well, I don't live there anymore. Like I moved out. And so I went there, doors unlocked. Sure enough, his kids' furniture and stuff was still there.
Oh my God, wait, he had kids.
2 kids.
No.
Like how old?
I would assume now they're 17 and 15 or 16 and 14, but a
so
boy
they're
and a
not
girl.
little, but okay.
Right. And he's the only provider for them and stuff like that. So it's kind of like that's the upsetting part. And then I walk in there just to make sure all the kids' furniture is there. There's clothes still there. Food.
So he didn't like move everything out. Like things were just,
Just
Right.
he moved out.
Right. And like there was stuff gone, like, but there were clothes. There was a salt lamp that I gave to my marketing person. I was like, look what I got you.
that's gold.
Right. I was like, I don't want to keep it because of the karma or like the vibe, but I was like, here, Ariana, you take it. Thank you so much.
Ariana.
Right.
Ariana, you now know where this salt lamp came from. Maybe don't accept gifts from David anymore.
Well, unless they're not open, I get her wine and other stuff too.
Oh, there
but
you go.
right, I don't
like
like
it.
giving money. Oh, I give money, obviously, but
Monopoly
like
money.
right. But gifts I think are more fun than just.
It's true.
It's
It's true. It shows
Right?
thought behind it.
Right,
Unless
absolutely.
you're giving a karma.
Well,
filled
unless
salt
you're
lamp.
unless you're the knife guy, because wine gets emptied, puppies die, flowers die, that spiel. we know what I'm talking about. But I walk in there, and then in the kitchen, a ginormous hole in the kitchen. And this is a condo, first
Where
floor
in the
condo.
kitchen?
In the roof?
Yeah. Oh, did I say ceiling? I said, yeah.
Right.
And it was just all cut up. Like must have been some kind of something. So someone came in, cut it out, and then it was just there.
Who cut it out?
I don't know, but
So did you just see blue sky
no, again, a condo, first floor condo. I saw the beams and the wood
for the
in between.
flooring for the next?
Well, there's
person
there is
above?
gap and stuff like that in
Right,
concrete, but
right,
yeah. I was like, how do you live like that? And again, you have children. Don't the children ask, is this normal?
Oh my God.
Right.
Like storing something in there?
Maybe, right? Yeah,
Like
probably
what?
rip the ceiling to like get it out before you moved out.
Yeah, like I just don't get it.
Yeah. So they got out. And then, I mean, I guess I was kind of like, not lucky, but they're like, we're done with this place. Between those women, between this guy.
Oh yeah, they're like, I don't want to be a landlord.
So they're
anymore.
like, yeah, well, they own 2 other ones, but they're like, we're selling this one. Like, this is just whatever. So we fix the ceiling. I get everything.
No more humps in the wood floor.
Right. We get everything cleaned. We get everything out. It was vacant. The seller didn't want to stage because, and I was like, all right. And she's like, well, why do you pay for it? I was like, giggle. And guys, sometimes I will, but I paid for other stuff to do it. And this woman, there was no mortgage. Her late husband paid for it. So, she was walking away with a lot, and I discounted
I
my
can't.
commission because usually, honestly, I do 6% because I'm worth it.
Right.
For her, I did 5.
And again, when I have a repeat client or I've worked with them for years, I will discount it to 5, sometimes even, 4. If this is like a massive client and it's a quick, easy deal, maybe, but 6 all the way.
Right, 100.
Yes.
And not for not. I take 3.5 and I'll give 2.5 out. And I get yelled at sometimes, but I'm like, I didn't start this trend of 2.5%. So I'm going to take 3.5%, get more listings.
Right,
Don't be mad at me.
That's
Yeah.
always what we do. I mean, buy
Right.
sides too. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
100%. I didn't
Yeah.
start this. And you know what? I do you remember
no.
he was in the industry. He ended up passing away a few years ago.
Oh.
But I will never forget what he said. He's like, I do that all the time. He's like, as a listing agent, it's our job to get the max amount of money, which raises everyone's commission. As a buying agent, it's your job to lower
Yeah,
the price
that's
as
true.
much as possible and lower our commission.
That's actually a very good point. And not only that, like, again, for people who don't know, as a listing agent, we have massive upfront costs, photos, marketing, all of that stuff comes out of our own pocket. And if the house doesn't sell, the condo doesn't sell, whatever, we are out that money.
Right. 100%.
So, and again, you're like I am. I mean, we work hard for those, and we show our properties, and we do the open houses, and we do all those things. So it's important to keep that. Right. The buyer agent brings in a buyer. We both represent buyers all the time.
Right.
2.5. Cool.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I know
That's
my
a really
worth.
good point.
Right.
100%.
I know my worth, and I am worth it. And if I always say, if I can't negotiate with you, how am I going to negotiate for, the people out there that are putting offers on your place? And also, FYI, I'll also do this. Hey, if I'll get 6%, if I get you such and such, if I get below it, okay, let's lower. But
and
if
I've
I get
even done it the
above,
other way, where I've had people say, look, I needed it I've never done 3%, but if they're like, I need 3 or 4, because like a Redfin, I mean, I'm sorry, but like someone comes in and it's a discount broker, whoever, and they're like, well, they'll do it for 1%. I'm like, look, I'll start it at 5 or even 4.5 or 5.5 or whatever it is. If it doesn't sell within 30 days and I have to then inquire more of these fees, we're going back up to 6. You know what I mean? Like you can scale it, and everything is a negotiation.
Absolutely.
You can scale it anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But yeah, this woman didn't have a mortgage. She's
like, you pay for staging, you pay for this, you pay for that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you pay to fix a hole in the ceiling. You're like, great.
Right. Well, so I had a handyman.
I know how to do drywall.
She had her handyman, but she's like a pretty well-to-do doctor in Los Angeles, and she came not speaking English, and so she worked her way up. And I understand like where she comes from and
that mentality. Yep.
Right. So by the time we got everything done, I paid for to have the place cleaned up, but she had a guy come down from LA, her guy, come to fix the ceiling. He actually slept on the furniture that was there. And
you're like, you don't want to do that, dude.
Right. And put new carpet in that was kind of coming up a week later, and painted it. So she kind of cheaped out, and we got what we paid for. But I'm the one that now has to sell this place with bunchy carpet.
You're like with thumbtacks, like stretching the carpet, like hammering the carpet back.
Right. And she's like, well, why don't we use the furniture they left to stage? I was like, no, I'm calling. They're going to haul it away. It's only a couple $100. Yeah. I'll pay for that. Fine.
Don't worry about it.
Let's move forward. So by the time we got it ready, it pops on mid-December. Now you tell me, is that a great time for a place to pop on? Absolutely not. Yeah. So we're doing it, and we were on it $690, and we were just getting no traction. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath downtown, but it's in Union Square by the police station, so it's not like the neighborhood that everyone's like, oh my God, I hope something comes up there. But it's ground.
But not terrible.
No, ground floor across from Balboa Park. You don't really get a lot of riffraff, but people have the perception of what they see or hear.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And then I was like, after like a month, I was like, let's just price reduce to $680, get it blah blah, and, get it out there.
Yep. Get
new attention on it. She agreed and signed the price reduction. You know, I didn't just do it.
Right.
So we get an offer at $682,500.
Amazing. Over ask.
Right. I was like, this is so great. And she was like, well, I need to make $650. Get me a net sheet, and if I don't make $650, no. And it was literally like $640, and she's like, I reject it. I was like, but it's above ask. I was like, at the original price of $690, you're not getting $650. Like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And that's the industry, though. It's like we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Everyone, like, I can't tell you how many times I watch HGTV. Well, that's great. We've looked at more than 3 homes. Let's go to a commercial break and choose one.
Wait, what do they do for a living? One is a kite designer, and one
dog
sews
walker.
her own clothing, and they make $3 million a year.
Right, price point $2 million. I was like, I am in the wrong industry.
Wait, what's happening?
I am in that industry.
So. How is this? The math ain't mathing. Like, what's happening?
Right, and so I called the other agent who was on a Compass team, and I was like,
I'm so sorry.
Don't know what to do.
I had to preface with, let me start off with, I'm the asshole. Assholes live forever.
I saw it on a shirt at the gym.
Right, it must be true.
It's the only time I'm good with the word forever.
This is what I need from you. And it was a family whose daughter, the husband died, and I was like, my seller's husband. Like, I was like the kisma, and I was like, and she's like, oh, we have that in common. I was like, okay, let's emotionally bond
Connect
here.
This, yes.
And
good job.
She's like, no.
Oh.
And so I was like, it's still worth like in a couple months, because we're on this little lull right now. It's going to be worth above 7. I am so sorry. So sorry. And then we get 690. And I was like, you were right. We're at 650, 300.
Oh.
She's like, let's accept it. I'm like, this is great. And I was like, okay, but here we go. There may be requests for repairs. Let's not forget we had a squatter there for over a year, and it's been vacant for 2 months.
Yep.
Because your handyman, albeit inexpensive, let's go with cheap, took his time to get down there, and then took his time while being down there. And that was that. So I was like,
He shoves the newspaper in the wall. He's like, this is good.
right? You know, who knows? Like a bird's nest. Who knows what's up there? But not my problem
Comes
anymore.
out.
Right? Not my
Scrounge up
problem.
from outside.
No more. And then I was like, you know, we're not going to do minute stuff. Like, you know,
Right.
figure it out. So they get the requested repairs. HVAC system, non-existent, doesn't work. No heat, no AC.
Did you know this? You didn't even yeah.
No, not a clue.
Well, is that an HOA thing or no? Because each
Everyone
unit
has their
its
individual.
own- Okay.
I look. They asked for a $13,000 credit. I was like, you know, that's not going to fly. I'll take it to her.
That's a lot though.
It was. So I
Was
did.
that even, that's a big credit on that.
Right. I was like, on average, it's
Property.
7. Like honestly, 7 to 7,500. And I was like, let's.
Even then on a 690, I was thinking like
Yeah.
$2,000. Like,
Well, because the whole system needed to be replaced. It wasn't like it just needed Freon or something like that.
oh,
it
I
was,
see.
it
Yes,
shit
yes,
the
yes.
bed.
I thought you meant like you normally see 7,000 requests.
Oh no,
repair.
but it was for that, and you know, in California,
Yes.
for some bizarre reason, even though we're schwitzing today, there's my Jewishness. Shout out to my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Right? It's hot today, you know, and
Yeah.
but you need heat. Where
Yeah,
the,
you
you know,
need
an
it,
oven
right.
and heat are what you need to sell a home, which is a head scratcher. You'd think there'd be other important
know.
characteristics, right? Heat and oven. You got to be able to cook, and you got to be able to
Pretty
sweat.
soon we won't be able to have gas either, but it's okay.
Right?
Anyway.
No, we have the CO2 detectors. But she's like, I'm not giving anything. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I called the daughter, who was like the middle woman, and I would freak out on because we have a relationship at this point.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what is wrong with your mom? Oh, I said a name.
That's okay. I'll bleep it.
Bloop. I was like, what is wrong with your mother? She is driving me effing nuts.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, it's another little site. Well, my real estate professional in Los Angeles tells me this. I was like, great. In one ear, out the other. I don't need to hear this name. Then you use that person down here. I'm done. Like, enough.
Yeah.
I love an outside influence. That's another story.
Yes.
So what ended up happening was the kid finally told her 3,000. The other agent was like, kick rocks. Like, we went up 8,000. We did this.
Shoot.
And so I gave in $3,500 worth of commission because to me,
you had to
Yeah,
be
you gotta
done.
buy the
$3,500 to not deal with these people anymore
Yep.
was worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Totally worth it. And again, people don't realize what we go through. Everyone just thinks we do this. You get all this money.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, you know, there's taxes, there's split, there's the admin fee, there's, you know, all this
TC
money you spend on
fees,
marketing,
yep,
right?
Yep. You got to
You
pay
really don't come
everything.
home with a lot.
No, you got, I mean, look, sometimes you do, but it's when it's the bread and butter. What just happened?
Bread and butter, right? You could have been like bed and butter.
You know what I'm saying? When it's those properties, like, oh my God, now I'm choking. I can't help it. What's happening today? Where are we? When it's those properties, like you truly, it's not, you know, it's enough to kind of pay your mortgage and like your bills for the month and the commission check is gone.
Right, which
Like,
is
truly.
terrible because it's like shitty people get away with shitty things. And it's like good people get taken advantage of sometimes. Not on my watch, but it's like, you know what? If you beat me up enough, it's
Right.
not worth it.
Right.
And then
Wait,
to
there's
top
more.
everything off, we closed, we recorded, everything's great. I go to get my lockbox. I push a button, you know, to release the shackle.
Right.
And like it was stuck a little bit. So I pulled it and it was on, you know, a gate or a fence and the top of the lockbox falls off behind the gate that's locked and doesn't open. And I'm just like staring at the lockbox in my hand and the latch like 20 feet away. And there's like, I have pickle fingers. Imagine my arm getting through something. It's not happening. I was like, you've got to be effing kidding me. This place is cursed. And lockboxes are only $150. But I was like, here we go again. Like
Yes.
unbelievable.
Get me away from this place.
But
my
I have a like a magic wand that is magnetic. So I went home and got it. And sure enough, I was like, please.
He's like,
It worked.
His arm is stuck in like the gate, and he's like, "Can someone help me? I have my magic wand with the lockbox, but I can't get my arm out."
Right. A bum walks by and like urinates on me. I'm just kidding.
God.
But
Well, you know?
They probably think you're a buddy.
right.
Yeah,
But
they're
I was
"Hey, man, breaking in here, I'll help you."
right, I
me that
got
magnet
it.
thing.
I got it. And then I was like, I'm never again. Like never again. Like thank effing God.
No
right?
kidding.
Wait, did she own a bunch of units in Hillcrest?
No, she owns just 3 downtown. Well, now 2 downtown.
Okay. Because
But,
I used to work for a property management company and it sounds very, very similar to this lady.
Behind the Lockbox is sponsored by Property Showcase Group. Property Showcase Group has a team of creatives, directors, producers, editors, marketing specialists, and designers that work in tandem to tell and share stories of the built environment. Whether you're looking for full-service production or simply just need content creation, Property Showcase Group can help take your business to the next level. To learn more or to contact Property Showcase Group to schedule a consultation, you can find them at propertyshowcasegroup.com. That's spelled PROPERTYSHOW CASEGROUP.com. PropertyShowcaseGroup.com.
Yeah, brutal. But yeah, and then that's the thing. I always say your vibe attracts your tribe, and I had that, and then like another one. They was just consecutive. What's wild is I had my last 3 listings. 2 of them were effing brutal, and then one was
in waves.
I was dealing with a cop, and I was most nervous about that one. He was awesome.
Yeah.
We were just shooting the shit, having drinks together. He listened to everything I said. Was super pumped. Was going through a divorce, so he had his own stuff he was going through.
Right.
Listened to everything. We closed in 2 weeks for above ask, and he was super stoked. And I was like, "This is great."
I feel like you do. You have really great clientele. Like you,
Because your vibe attracts your tribe. So that's why I was a head scratcher. Like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. And I believe in karma, but it's
like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Right. I was like, do I sage? Do I just like smoke another bowl? Like, I am just
I think
like,
you just do all of it.
Right. All
you
of
did
the
probably.
things.
You were like,
Right.
yes.
All right.
Just
Again,
get rid of it.
I don't want someone to tell me I can
Don't
never
tell
ever.
me forever. Right? Next time I see you, I'm going to tell you something like, next time we're at our mastermind group, I'm going to be like, you can't drink Diet Coke forever.
Right. I'd be like, that's just
Stephanie,
great.
don't sit by me. Go somewhere else.
Well, truth be told, honestly, I'm water, coffee, and booze is like my trifecta. I don't really drink too much soda.
I don't either.
don't
I never have.
It's gross.
Although I did have a hankering for root beer last week.
See, that does happen.
It
So
was good.
super
It
hungover.
randomly happens.
Super hungover, fountain
Hungover.
soda, but not in a can or a bottle. It has to be fountain soda.
And I usually want Sprite.
Ooh, I'll go. I
Sprite
can't decide.
usually,
I don't
Like,
have a.
Or Coca-Cola.
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I don't have a feeling about Pepsi or Coke. I'll do either.
Same.
I
I'm
don't,
like, just give me
people are
the.
really into
They
Pepsi.
are.
their. I don't see that.
like a
I mean, I
different
see the
sugar.
difference, but
Is it?
I don't know.
it does taste different. But I think
does
they're
taste
both
different.
They
delicious.
are
I mean,
delicious.
Right.
Yeah, if I was hungover,
I
I'd
do
take
love a
either.
Dr. Pepper.
Yes, me too.
That's usually if I was like really sick. By the way, I don't. I mean, I can't drink like I used to. I'm pushing 40, and it's really tragic over here. But one drink, and I'm like, literally, my neighbor and I went out for drinks. I think I had like 2.5 drinks with dinner over the course of like 5 hours.
You had Dr. Pepper the next day?
Girl, I was hungover for like 2 days, and I called my mom, and I was like, "This is so pathetic." And she's laughing. She's like, "That's what you get." I'm like, "Oh,
For
sad."
2 drinks, though? That's...
It was sad.
Yeah. It's sad.
See, I'm opposite. I'm 42, and my tolerance has
You're
like been like
42?
you know it. Yeah. Well, the bartender at my place has a heavy pour, so I build the tolerance from him.
Well, there you go. We need to come see him. I need to build my tolerance back
I don't
up.
know, he's sitting right in front of you.
Yeah. Can you make my tolerance go back up, please? Thanks.
You knows it. Just
God,
got
that
to come
went right
downtown.
over- That went right over my head. Jesus. We need to go to a Padres game together, actually.
I'm a season ticket holder. Let's do it.
Oh my God. I would
Yeah, I do it
love
for
that.
clients and whatnot. But
yeah.
some games people don't want to go, and I'll have that extra parking spot, and we just like
Yes.
hop, skip, and jump.
Is he not like so much fun?
So fun.
I know.
what we'll
Kim's
do.
like,
Yes.
who's coming today? I'm like, David, you don't know him, but you're going to love him.
Do you know Rob and Jekka?
No.
Well, Rob
Jekka-
just was here.
Oh. I didn't know the last
right.
name.
Jekka's going to be like.
No. Rob's last name is not
Oh,
Jekka.
that's what I was
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry.
no, I don't.
Jekka's I'm the meat to this sandwich. Rob's the bread, and
the meat
Jekka's
to
the
this
bread. Yeah. And
Jekka is coming on next month, actually. She had to go to Yuma, so we were sad. She's not coming on this week for next week, but yes.
Yes.
well, that's
you
her-
will love Jekka too. She
well, there
apparently,
you go. That's her punishment.
yeah, it is her punishment. I'm
Go
like,
to Arizona.
You're canceling on me. You're going to Yuma. Have fun.
Right? California's
Just kidding,
New
Jekka.
Jersey.
We love you, dude. I know.
Arizona is totally California's New Jersey.
Listen, I'm from there, so like not all of it. So watch your tone, okay?
Well, I'm from Pennsylvania. I tell people I'm from the best part of New Jersey. I'm like what's her face?
amazing.
Sarah Palin. I could see New Jersey from my house. I'm like, you stay over there. And shout out to all my Philadelphians. You know it's free to get into New Jersey and costs money to get out. It's true.
It costs money to get out. That's
Yeah.
actually
all the
really
bridges
true.
you can get in New Jersey for
Yes.
free.
But to leave, they're like, mm-mm.
Right.
Pay the toll for leaving our beautiful state. You're like, what are you talking
Right.
about?
It's like my seller. Here's $3,500. Get me out.
exactly what you need to tell them next
bridge.
time you pay the toll on the bridge. Be like, this is just me paying a
Yeah.
commission.
Remember this face
Yes.
for next time.
Yeah.
I paid for the future.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not coming back here again to do this shit. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I guess, she'll be next week. But yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like, I love the people in our community. I mean,
Yeah.
there's how many thousands and thousands of agents,
It's
but
true.
if you just regularly do stuff, you see the same people around.
It's true.
And if you're just not an asshole, people will like you and smile when you walk into a room. Yeah, there's sprinkles of others out there, but what
Sure.
else?
But
You know,
that's
that
always
just
life.
brings us closer together.
But our age group too, right? Like there's
Yeah.
the really successful, like more mature agents who have been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this new kind of wave coming in. And you know Matt Tovey, don't
Yeah.
you? So he was on the podcast already. And like we talk about it all the time because there's so many of us that are just like such good friends. And we'll call each other and be like, dude, I need help with comps or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you just need help. And so I'm so glad that we've built like this community of agents.
That's what it's
fun.
all about. And that's what,
It's
you know,
true.
I look forward to our masterminds every month.
Yes. And to do deals with, like when I
Yeah.
see one of you guys on the listing, I'm like, yes. Like, you know, because you know you're going to have a good experience.
100%. And I mean,
Yeah.
not for not, honestly, it's important who you know and how you treat people. Because truth be
Yes.
told, if I get an offer from you and I get an offer from someone, I'm like, this is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, not in detail, but
Right.
this is what I need from you. If you're able to do it, amazing. If
Well-
you're not, let me know. And
I've even had it where I had a listing and a friend of mine made an offer and their offer was like, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000, something like that lowered, like not massive. Right. And the other offer that came through, it could have gone either way. And I told my seller, I was like, look, because we had been on the market for a long time. And I said, is 2,500 or $5,000, you know, really, we can tell them, look, we're going to take your lower offer, but you don't get request repairs. You know, again, that could go either way still.
Right.
It was an amazing deal because again, who you know
it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Or you'll
And like
figure a way.
you will work with each other and you'll manage your clients' expectations. And
Yeah.
it just makes for such a smoother transaction.
and that was what was so great with the other agent on that deal. She
Yeah.
was kind of fresh and new.
right.
But she listened and she was super nice about it.
Yeah.
And it sucks because we were the jerks, like our side for sure.
Yeah.
We were the assholes. We
But
were the jerks.
you were the agent that was like, look, man, this is me, you know, and I'm
Right.
the same way. I will call and be like, full disclosure, you know, I want people to want to work with me and I want to do deals with my friends.
Right.
You
And
know?
truth be told, that's what really happens in $1 million listing people.
Yeah.
Like they don't just like shake hands and have a deal and then close like
Yeah.
in between commercial breaks.
TV.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like everything's signed and done and then 3, 2, 1, action. Like
Oh.
that's right.
I
This
mean,
is what happens.
Shit goes wrong for them just like it goes wrong for us. And actually, we have known a couple of those agents. And I mean,
Yeah,
the stuff
seen them
that,
down here. And,
the stuff that they've dealt with and like that we've all worked with on together, it all happens the same way.
Right. We're turning into a little LA with I was going to say whatevs, but you know, all the new agencies coming down here to open up and everyone's so pretty with their duck lips and their backgrounds.
I'll
and,
just take my skinny lips and my mother of pearl teeth, you know? It's cool.
You're not gonna
right.
wear
That's
those
what I tell
high
people.
heels.
I'm personality. this is what I work with. So I got to have something.
And you have a great personality.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, we just love you.
It's just about relationships. And I truly do care. I mean, we all
do.
sell the same product.
Yep.
So it's how you sell it is all that matters. And the
Right.
knowledge. That's why I love the YouTube with the knowledge and the developments because
it's
again,
so good.
we all sell the same inventory. Of
Yeah.
course, there's off markets here and there, but
Yeah.
I love being the smartest and the most knowledgeable and I'll care the most. And
Yeah.
that's what I have control
And it
over.
comes through. It definitely comes
Well,
through.
I
So
appreciate it.
welcome.
But yeah, I am a control freak. And that's the thing I say about this industry. You can only control what you can control, but sometimes you're dealing with others that make you look
can't.
bad. But it is, and I always preface
hard.
with, you have me on your side. I can only control what I can.
Right.
But I'll communicate with you as soon as I hear of anything turning awry.
Right.
Because who likes to make phone calls and be like, I've got some bad news.
I know.
Right.
No.
But if you wait hours, then it just ruins your
Gets
day.
worse and worse.
Right. You know, it's like we're like slowly peeling off. Well, you don't
Well, and
have
again,
hairy
it's
legs, I
the-
don't think. But like, you know.
I don't know. Do you?
Probably.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
kids, so
She has kids. She has 2 kids. She didn't have time for that.
You have one kid to shave each leg.
Oh,
Actually, that's
well,
a bad idea.
Blake, I don't know. I trust Pitt probably more than Blake, but you know.
My 7-month-old.
Yeah, exactly. She's so cute. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, I need baby snuggles. I'm missing my niece. Okay,
Sorry.
before we go off on any more tangents, because
Yeah.
Max held up 5 minutes ago, like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, he told me not to look at him, so I didn't see.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry,
I
Max.
saw it. He's right there. I saw it. But we have a game we're gonna play.
Oh, I love games.
I know you do. It's called Punch List, and
Okay.
it's like rapid fire.
Oh,
so
no.
just like the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Don't go off on
Okay.
any gentle tangents, okay? Exactly.
All right.
That's
what's,
going to come through nice and clear. Go ahead.
what's the craziest or pettiest thing that's ever killed or almost killed one of your deals?
My ego.
Oh, you.
Well, that's very self-aware,
I mean, I won't, but I think about certain stuff that I'd want to do. But yeah.
Okay.
You know,
but it could almost kill it. And you're
here's
like,
the deal.
No, don't
I
do
don't
that.
start stuff, but I end it. My reactions sometimes are bad.
Well, you know, I
I
understand.
inherit that from my father.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Someone who likes to slam doors and is strong-willed, I get you.
Yeah, that's.
I like the last word, you know?
I'm windblown.
I like that.
Okay, what's the weirdest thing or situation you've ever walked in on?
Oh, not really a situation, but when I was showing the primary bedroom, you know, primary
Good
is
job.
where the homeowner may sleep. Her vibrator was hanging outside of like it was just hanging like halfway outside the underneath the bed, that and like the top of a head,
You're like, let me just slide this.
Oh.
and they had children.
You're like, just don't walk on this side of the bed, okay? Don't touch anything.
Right.
Ew.
Wait, should
Max loved that one. He's like,
I missed it.
do it. There it is.
Go. Okay, this will be a good one. If you could be anything other than a real estate agent, what would you be?
Well, it
And
would still
why?
be along the same lines. I would love to be a developer or like a BOSA because if I wasn't so lazy and didn't have fun in college, I would have been an architect. But you don't have. I mean, I'm sure you could have fun, but I'd
Yeah,
want to
but
have more
it's
fun.
intense.
So I was building materials and wood technology, and then I realized I didn't want to do that. After I didn't realize what it was, but basically it's an iJoist designer. And like stuff like that. And after I did blueprints and all this math stuff,
You're
which
like,
I hate
freaking-
math.
So do
Because
I.
you can be proved wrong and you can show me exactly where I effed up, where, you know, I can bullshit my way out of any situation
Same.
except math. They're like, no, you
Because
didn't carry
math
the
is
one.
forever, and that's why we don't like it.
Oh,
I still, when I tip, put my finger under the table and count.
Oh, dude.
oh, same.
I'm like, can I just double the
They got
tax?
to the
And by the way,
calculator
what
on
does that add up to? Someone
Right.
tell me.
Because I think it's so much fun so I kind of get the same fun with it
Yes.
where I'd love to drive by a building and be like, I had a part of that. But, you know, it's
Yeah.
like I'll drive by a house and be like, I sold that. Or
Yeah.
like, that was the first place I ever sold. And
Yeah.
it's kind of fun to be
It
a
is
part
cool.
of that aspect of it.
It is cool.
But just like some
I
kind of
also
legacy.
love that arena. Like I have said, I feel like maybe I miss my calling with like design or even architecture, but I hate math. So like that wasn't going to work out ever.
Right.
And I have a friend in Florida who's an architect. And then our friend Bryn is an architect. And like, it's an intense job, but it's really cool to be like, you designed that. Like you built
Right.
it. I mean, I know the contractor physically did, but like even to be
Right, it was your plan. It was
even-
your
yeah.
idea and thought, and now
again,
it's there.
back to
Yeah,
the
that's
HGTV stuff. Some of those shows, they are really cool. Some of the flips are like the thing,
Yeah.
like Hometown. I love that show. Like they go in and like really revamp
whole block
and
and a
like
whole town.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
really making it something, and they're going through and redoing it and designing it and making it something for people. And I really do like that side of
That
it. So
stuff, yeah. So I mean, I'll by myself. Now we're kind of getting a bigger group called the East Village Doers because
I've
we're
seen that.
tired of
all the
nothing getting
riffraff,
done.
right.
So I mean, I used to go by myself and put gloves on and just go around the blocks and just clean up all the crap. Now it's just
you.
gotten like too much. But now
Right.
there's other people. We'll go around. So it's like stuff
there's
like
a
that.
group of you now, and you're getting together and trying to make it better.
Right.
Yeah.
And like when I was a kid, I used to like, I'd see like a planter hat and I would pull the tree and then replant it somewhere else in my town. And when I go home, which is few and far between, like these trees are like 30 years old now. It's kind of really
way.
cool.
that's really
That's so cool
Yeah.
that you even had like the wherewithal to like do that.
I
as a
love
kid.
that stuff. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, I mean, I used to have blocks as a kid and I used to build neighborhoods out of those wood blocks.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Lincoln
so if I
Logs,
wasn't
Legos.
Yeah. So it was like, you know, I'm lazy and I like to have fun, but you know, at least being in real estate, like it's,
you are
get
not
a part of
lazy,
it.
but I understand what you're saying.
Right. I mean, I'd be a lazy architect and a hardworking realtor. So that's why I
Yes.
went real estate.
Same. I get it. I get it. Oh. David, thank you so much for being here
Yeah,
today.
that's really
Awesome,
fun.
ladies. I appreciate you.
Oh my God. We're going to have to bump up this episode. You know, Max is loving it. He's like literally been like on the stool, like hysterically laughing. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate you and thank you for having the air
Yes.
conditioning on.
You're so welcome. Always, always. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Behind the Lockbox is produced and edited by Property Showcase Group. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, or review this podcast. Thanks for your support. See you next week.